Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft with Baby Guest. Hope you all are having a good day today. I have updated the map, so we now have our new section of road and terraforming. I have also gone through and renamed all of the neighborhoods. They're upside down, but we have the, trying to show people the map, but we have the retro-futuristic, we have the eclectic, and we have, whoa, wait, yep, I fell off. How did I fall off? I didn't fall off, I got pushed! And we have the eco-neighborhood. It's also currently thunderstorming IRL, so I don't know if you're hearing that thunder, or my dog panting in the background. But yeah, so, that completely made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, so we have, I've updated this, oh, and also the Commerce District, Commercial District, over there. So yeah, so I've updated the names, updated the maps, and I have also saved a copy of the map over here where I am saving maps. So we have our map from episode 2. We have a map from episode 15. You want to know the crazy thing? I realized that these maps are 11 months apart. It's been a bit of a ride this season. It also seems to be getting on nighttime. So I will talk fast. My plan for today is to start the nature-based neighborhood, and that is going to be over here in this part of the map. But to do that, I really need to see what kind of terrain I am working with. So, you know, being as eco-friendly as possible, I'm going to cut down all the trees. Yeah, that works. Don't worry, I'll put them back. Alright, trees have been cleared, so the next part of this process is going to be some basic terraforming. And basically what I want to do, I missed a log. How about that? Basically what I want to do, I'm not going to do much changing to the terrain. I'm just going to smooth it out. I'm going to fill in some holes. I'm going to fill in any place where there's water. I think that I'm going to actually cover this riverbed over. So this actually comes all the way over here and is supposed to flow through there. I have this marked off like I'm going to fill this in. So, yeah, so I'm probably just going to connect all of this and smooth up the coastline, get rid of the lava over here, and just make it so that I have something that is a little bit easier to work with. We'll fill in this little mound here, this cave entrance. So, yeah, so that basically I have a nice, relatively clean palette that's easy to work with and work things in. So, fortunately, last episode, I got a lot of dirt. This city is huge. I need to I need to move my rocket production over here. I have plenty of gunpowder. I have plenty of sugarcane. I just yeah, don't have any of it here. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of dirt and grass, and we are gonna get to smoothing all this terrain out. is complete. There are so many animals up on top of this hill. It's a little ridiculous. Apparently my terraforming wasn't quite complete. Did I really not come up here and do anything about this? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there are so many animals up here, and I don't know why they're all on top of this hill. And don't you go after chickens? No, ocelots go after chickens. Okay, anyway, I also went and outlined where our road is going to continue. I figure it's going to come out to here, and then we'll probably just end it somewhere around here. What I have decided for this neighborhood is that we're not going to have any drivable roads for this. So this is going to be all walking. Yeah, and then everyone who has cars will just have them over here. You'll also have the monorail that will eventually get built. That will be out here as well. Maybe the monorail will come in and have a station in the middle of all of this. But anyway, what I want to do now is just do a little bit of planning for where we are going to put some houses and what kind of houses we're going to put. So let's do this. I think that, let's maybe go here. And let's mark this out. This is gonna be the, the house that we designed, in the previous episode. So, just gonna transfer that over here, and I think this area, wow, I can place wool in a straight line. I should have brought shears. Yeah, I think it'll fit in this area, roughly. Yeah, and then I have signs. Let's call this pond. I'm gonna call this the pond house, because it has a pond. What else? So, I'd like to, yeah, I think that I'd like to have one maybe built into the hillside here. So let's do, I don't know, I'm debating if I want one on top of the hill, possibly. And if I want one on top of the hill, do I really want one right below it? I'm gonna have to think about that. Tell you what, let's do this. We're just gonna put a wool down, and we're gonna say hilltop house. And then maybe we'll put one down here with a different color, and we'll say hillside house. Okay, so possibilities for that. I want one that is, we don't have any kind of mountainside here. These are just hills, but I do want something that's kind of built into, like into the side of a hill, you know, and maybe makes use of, you know, something like a kind of a cave-like formation. We could maybe put that in here. So let's maybe go over here. And I don't know, let's just mark out something like this. Oh, we could do this on an angle too. Well, maybe, I don't know if we want to do it on an angle or, you know, just build it into the side. Possibilities, but we'll do this, and let's say cave house. I was thinking about, a, houses with water features. And I wonder if we could do, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I thought it would be cool to have like a, you know, something that has like a waterfall going through it. And I wonder if maybe we don't want to set this up so we could do like a like a little lake up here that would then have water that would flow down to there. Because this would be the best place. Would that make sense? That you'd have water up here that would then flow down and you'd have like a cascade? Maybe. You know what? I think I'm going to change this. Yeah, I think let's not do a hillside house here, but then let's change this to, we'll call it a waterfall. Well, waterfell. Because, yeah, it did fall. Waterfall house. And then maybe over here, we could do our... Whoops. Yeah, that's fine. Hilltop house. That might be okay. Let's see here. What else? I want to do... Let's see where else we can go. I know I could free cam this, but kind of liking flying around. So if we're going to have the water coming through there, I might want to avoid this area, but maybe over here, let's do... and I want something that's fairly large. So let's maybe go... I'll tell you what, let's mark off corners. So let's go over here maybe. But I want something that has an open spot in the center. That would basically be like a courtyard kind of thing. So, you know, think about like, you know, you have a patio off of the back of your house. Well, this patio would be in the middle of the house. You know, and so, you know, you could, you know, and I'm thinking to put like a tree in the middle. Which one lines up? This one? I think this one. This is a big house, but let's say, courtyard house. Yeah, and then we're definitely going to need some smaller things. Oh, I want to do... let's do... So I want a house that goes over the water. Oh, what is that called? There's a name for those types of houses. I don't know what it is, so we're going to go overwater house. Think about, like, you know, Bora Bora, where they have the huts that go out. Yeah, that go out over. And I was also thinking to do... Well, we can do multiple houses over here. I'm gonna call this... Oh, wait. I'm doing these on top of wool. Hang on. Let's do... So we have our overwater house. We're going to have an underwater house. It's not going to be completely underwater, but it'll have a section under the water that you can kind of go out and see the fish and all of that. I thought that would be a cool idea for that. Yeah, let's... Okay, let me land up here real quick. It's about to be nighttime. All right, now we're going to free cam this. So... Yeah, probably, well, let's see, if we're putting a house there, that's probably going to take this footprint up. But then maybe some smaller ones over here. Obviously, we were going to put a couple on this island. I might actually move this one over to this area. Yeah, and then probably a bunch of smaller ones over here. I think I do need to find something that, like, I can, use as a template and, you know, kind of build a bunch in a similar style. So maybe we do that over there. All right. I think this is a good place to start. I was never going to get this entire neighborhood done in one episode. So I'm going to go ahead and start by moving our house from last episode over here. And probably doing a little bit more terrain work so that we can get this house going. Yeah, and we're just going to see how far we get today. The work on the neighborhood has begun. So I have moved our original house design over here. Tucks in very nicely. And then over here, I have a house with a tree in it. And it already has occupants. He spawned in here while I was building the tree. Yeah, so we have this little oval-shaped house. Again, following the idea of some more natural blocks. We've got a little bit of a gradient in the walls here that I was playing around with. And yeah, you come inside, and then it opens up. And you have to imagine, like, these are, like, sliding doors here. You know, so that, like, when it's raining, you can close it off and you're not getting water in the house. You know, and bugs and all of that. But I really liked the idea of having, like, a little inner courtyard with a tree coming out of it. I'm not completely sold on the tree. If you come up here, it is coming up. I kind of feel like maybe it should be bigger. Like with branches kind of stretching out. I don't know. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. Also, this is the first time I'm seeing it with the leaves. My creative testing world is in a desert, so I was not sure about my leaf choices, and I went with mangrove, azalea, and jungle. I'm rethinking the azalea leaves. I feel like they don't quite fit. With the other two. The mangrove and the jungle are good, but the azalea maybe not so much. I did want to... I actually wanted to add a little bit of lighting and get some glowberries in here. There we go. Just a little bit of subtle lighting. So yeah, the little planter here with the tree growing out of it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying designing these houses. Unfortunately, it takes a long time. I should probably sleep. It takes a long time to design these houses, and then to gather all the materials for them. Uh-oh, that is not the right state of the lamp. That needs to be there, and then it needs to be waxed. There we go. Did I not wax that? I thought I waxed it. Everything should be waxed. Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately this project has taken considerably longer. I also have a significant infrastructure problem. I have resources everywhere. I have a lot of them consolidated in the end, but not always. I also built a massive storage system in the Star Destroyer that I have never used. Literally haven't even set it up. It had always been an intention to do it on stream. And then I started season 4 and I wasn't going back to that part of the world, so it kind of got away from me. So, I really need to do that so that I'm not running here, running there, running here, running there. It would be nice to just fly to the end, go to my storage system, grab everything that I need, and then come build, as opposed to having to chase resources all over the place. So, when and if I ever get back to streaming, that is probably a major project that I'm going to be working on. But, yeah. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for this episode. I did put a pond up here. We are going to turn this into a little waterfall and put a house up here. But, like I said, not a ton of time, and want to get an episode out. So, yeah, so we've got a good start on the neighborhood. I'm happy with where things are for right now. And we got a new house designed. So, yeah. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Thanks for watching. See ya real soon.